For f of x equals x minus 1 over x squared plus 2, you can see the division in the problem. And I can't simplify anything because the denominator has 2 terms in it. So this would be the quotient rule. Now, it's really tempting when you first start learning the quotient rule to wonder, is this also chain rule? Because I've got, you can imagine parentheses around this. But the numerator by itself is just a polynomial. The denominator by itself is just a polynomial. So you really don't have to worry about that. So when I do this, it will be f prime of x. This is really interesting. The pen is doing that all by itself. Equals, and then it's bat tab, bottom derivative of the top. So bottom is x squared plus 2. Derivative of the top is just 1 minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. So the top is x minus 1. The derivative of the bottom is a 2x, all over the bottom squared. So I have x squared plus 2 squared. So notice when you're looking at this that I have subtraction. Remember that comes from the division with the natural log. So quotient rule always has subtraction. Notice my first term and my denominator. My first term should match with my denominator. Now the denominator will be squared, but it should be the same thing, and that should help keep you oriented with this. So don't simplify anything. In terms of like scratching out a fraction, I have a lot of people that do a little bit of bad math here, and they're like, but can't I just cancel that out? And the answer is no, it has to be a common factor. You would have to have an x squared plus 2 on this term as well to cancel it out, because you would have to be able to factor it out. So I'm going to undo that. And then the only thing I want you to actually simplify is your numerator. And the reason for that is that when you work with these, you're going to actually be setting this equal to 0 and checking to see where it's undefined. So what you'll do is set equal to 0 and factor to solve. So my numerator needs to be cleaned up, but my denominator absolutely does not. It's already in the factored form. I have x squared plus 2 times x squared plus 2. So I do not want to expand that because I would just have to refactor it. So I will change my numerator. So just a little bit of work there. X squared plus 2 times 1 is just x squared plus 2. And then I'm actually going to distribute a negative 2x into the x minus 1. So I'm going to distribute those at the same time. So this will be minus 2x squared. And then a negative 2x times a negative 1 is plus 2x. And then I will combine like terms. So I have an x squared minus 2x squared. So that is a negative x squared plus 2x plus 2. And I'm going to leave that over x squared plus 2 squared. So that is as much as you should simplify, but I do want you to simplify to there. So simplify your numerators as much as you can. Please leave your denominators alone, but that is the quotient rule.